Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how you can use an iPhone to capture voice memos or any kind of voice recording. So what I'm going to do is on my home screen, I'm going to click on this voice memos button that's in the lower corner, right there, and it's going to open up the record screen like this. And so it's really straightforward, actually. If I want to record, I just click on that gigantic big red button. Okay, so now I am currently recording and you can see the audio waveform being created as I speak. And in order to stop, I am going to click the red button that is it turned into a little red square. Okay, and you can see now that it has stopped recording, but I still have the option of clicking the record button to record some more stuff. I can also play it back with the play button like this. Now I am currently recording and you can see the audio waveform being created as I... Okay, and so I just clicked on the pause button, and then if I'm finished with it, I could go ahead and click done. The other thing too that I want to show you is like on the right, there's this little sort of crop mark thing. If I click on that, I can trim it so that I can trim parts of this out if I want to, right? So there are ways for you to do that. If you want to go down to the end and you can click on trim, however you want to do this, you can drag your in and out points, right? So if you wanted to trim it right there so that it cuts the end off, I could click on trim. It's going to ask me, are you sure you want to do this? I say trim. All right, and then I can play it back. Okay, so, and then when I'm finished with it, I can go ahead and click done. And it's going to ask me to save a new recording. So I'll call this audio test. Let's try that. Audio test. Like that. And I'm going to click on save. And then you see it saves it here to my phone. And so there's some different ways that I can share this. First of all, I'll go ahead and I'll click on this. And you see right now that I have this option of either editing it again, which I'm not going to do, but if you clicked on edit, it would take you back to that screen where you could edit. And I could delete it on the right with the little trash can. I'm not going to do that. And I can also share it with this little button that's on the far left with the little arrow pointing up. So I'm going to click on the share button, and it gives me some different options for sharing. It gives you, obviously you can go to mail, that's easy. You can also click on more, for instance, and you can choose like Google Drive, which is turned off for me for some reason, so I'm going to turn it on. If for some reason you're using Slack, which is a great collaborative tool, great collaboration tool for group collaboration, you can turn that on and share it through Slack as well. I'm going to turn on Google Drive though, and you'll see that Drive shows up right there. I'm going to show you a couple of different ways that you can share it. First of all, I'm going to show you how you can share it with Google Drive. If I click on that, it's going to pop up and ask me, you know, where I want to save it and stuff. So it's telling me it's going to be called audiotest.m4a, and it's going to use my Gmail account that I have associated with this phone. If you already have this, if you don't already have that set up, you'll need to set that stuff up in advance, and then you'll have to also make sure that you have a Google Drive account set up. If you have Gmail, you have Drive and all of the other Google products that go with it. So I'm going to go here to Drive, and then it gives me some different options of which folder I can save it to. I'm going to choose a folder that I've got named Audio Clips, and I'm going to click on Save Here, and then I can click on this Upload button, and then it'll show me the upload status. All right, and then when it's done, I can click on close, and then now I could go onto any computer anywhere, any other device that is network enabled, and I can log into my Google Drive and I can download it and use it in any application that I need to. Now, one thing that you should know is that those M4A files, they will not go directly into Premiere Pro. You will have to pull them into an audio software tool, something like Audacity or whatever, so that you can export it out as an AIFF file or an MP3 or something. All right, now, if you happen to be an iPhone user who also has a Mac or has the ability to transfer your stuff to a Mac, like in the labs or whatever, Then one of the things you can use in addition to something like Google Drive to share your stuff or email is you can use AirDrop, which is a really great tool. You have to have a new enough operating system. You should have your basically most updated operating system. And also your Mac computer has to be new enough that it will support it. So um, anyway, one of the things you can do on your Mac, as you can see on the screen, is open up some folder, and then on the left side, you want to navigate to where it says AirDrop. All right. And one of the first things that you'll need to do before your device, in this case my phone, which is on the left of the screen that you're looking at, what you'll need to do is you'll need to make sure that AirDrop is going to allow you to be discovered by everyone. So down here, if you go to the AirDrop on the left, and at the bottom of that screen that subsequently shows up, you'll see allow me to be discovered by, and then you can choose no one, contacts only, everyone. I'm going to set it to everyone. So for instance, if you're on a lab computer, this is one of those things that you would definitely need to do on the lab computer. You should have permission, at least in our labs. And then if you don't see the person you're looking for, then you can click on this and get more information. So what I'm going to do is, what you're looking at on the left is my iPhone screen, which is it's currently the screen's being recorded. So this is the same screen you saw before, right? So what I'm going to do is on the left, I'm going to click that share button again, and it's going to pop up. And what you can do is up here where it says AirDrop, you're going to tap to turn on Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. You have to have both turned on. This is really important, and you have to be on the same Wi-Fi network. So I'm going to click on AirDrop, and it's going to say share instantly if they turn on AirDrop, blah, blah, blah. And then what you end up seeing is this icon, and this icon happens to be the icon that represents my my computer, my user. So if you want to click on that, okay, and it's going to wait, and then you see over here on my computer on the left, it shows it as the iPhone being connected, and it automatically is going to allow me to save that information. I'll click on done on my phone, and let's find that file. So if I scroll up here and I look in my downloads folder, there's that file, audiotest.m4a. So whenever I shared it, it automatically dropped it into my downloads. Pretty cool. You can do the same thing with picture files and video files and other kinds of documents that are on your phone. It'll work consistently across the board, provided that, as I said before, that the network will allow this kind of traffic that you're both connected to, and that both devices have your Bluetooth turned on, and that you're on the same wireless network. Okay, now the last thing I did want to show you is we can take a second and go ahead and show you how you can find that same file if you were to go to your Google Drive, because remember, we also transferred it to Google Drive as well. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you how you can go onto a computer and log into your Google Drive and then get those audio files that we just made. So go to google.com, and then what you should see up in the right corner is a link to Gmail, images, and this little grid, and maybe if you have an avatar, it'll show your avatar. So I'm going to click on this little grid, and I'm going to grab Drive. It might be in a different location. This is just how I have my stuff set up for my Google account. So go to the Drive, and then if you've created folders, you're going to see all those folders. And remember, from the demo, we have something called audio clips. So I'll go inside of that. And here was our file called audio test. And if I double click it, it will start to load. And anyway, it started to do a playback. And so now what I want to do is just click on this download button. Okay, and it pops up here, and I could name it whatever I want. Now, ideally, what you're going to want to do is not just download it wherever. Right now, it's on my desktop. In an ideal world, you would want to download it into your project folder under the audio files. So if for some reason, like, you don't already have that made, like, what you would want to do is, I'm just going to create a project folder. I'll just call it some project, whatever your project name is. Okay. And then inside of that, I'm going to create another new folder that's called audio. All right. and then that's where I would download my file. And it tells me what the file format is right here. Go ahead and save it. And if you want to make sure that it works, and then to get out of this, just click somewhere on the overlay screen. And if you want to make sure it works, you can just double click it wherever you downloaded it. And you can see here that this is my folder that I created called Some Project. There's my audio, and then there's my audio file. Okay.